Welcome everyone. This week we're focusing on heart openers, so poses that help to really open the chest and work with the shoulders and the arms and this sort of upper half of the body. So heart opening in yoga affects not just the physical structure of the body, but also where the heart resides, so that energetic and emotional, those levels are affected as well. In yoga, when we work on the physical level, it affects all layers of your being, so it's nearly impossible to work with one layer and not have the other layers affected. And in yoga, we largely focus on this, how the movements, postures and breath within our physical body affect our internal landscape, shaping our thoughts and our emotions and our general well-being. Through postures that extend, expand and lift and add more mobility to the space in the chest really encourages better posture, and that's what this class is about as well. Most of our movements we do in life are some sort of forward, sort of folding movements, whether we're driving a car or working at a bench or working at a desk or whatever it is. It's some sort of movement that's sort of not allowing the chest to be open. So this class is a real counterpose to life in that regard, allowing these chest openers. So with heart openers, we may feel a release of emotions, and this can happen in yoga sometimes. So just be aware of that at the end of class. Whatever you're feeling, it might be sad or it might be really joyful. Whatever it is, just feel it and not know that that's the healing effect of yoga taking place. So I want you to start lying on your back. This class we will need a strap and 2 blocks. So you can use a belt or a scarf, or you might have a strap and you might have blocks, but you can also use books or DVD sets, or maybe just some sort of cushion or something like that would also do if you didn't have it. So we're going to put the blocks up like that at the top of the mat. So one here, one here. This space here is for your neck. Okay, so we're just going to turn around. When you position this block sort of halfway along your back, just allow the chest to open out, arms out to the sides. Just allow the soles of the feet to touch and the knees falling outwards. And just as you lie here, feeling that breath moving through the chest area, expanding and condensing. Just a couple more breaths here. And draw the knees back together, wedge your elbows in and pick your body up as we come back. Alright, so I want you to come, move the blocks aside and come into sitting on your heels. So whether you sit on your knees if the heels doesn't suit, or sitting down, and grab a strap or whatever you're using today. We're just going to start to work through the shoulder area and opening out through that chest area. So let's take the strap up, and I want you to have the strap just like a little wider, or your hands a little wider than your shoulders here. And so bring the strap down first. We'll inhale up. And exhale, you might want to take the hands a little further to come back. I haven't quite got that space. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time when you inhale up, let's hold it there. And we'll exhale down to your left hand side, open out through the right side of the body. Inhale up. And exhale to the other side. And come back to centre and bring the strap down. Just place the strap off to the side. And just do a couple of shoulder rolls because you can usually feel those muscles through the shoulders moving up through the neck here. So let's just release that. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right. Come through to table position. Up onto the hands and knees. And we're going to come into thread the needle. So we'll start with the right side first. I want you to open out to the right. And then exhale, bring that arm through, side of the head to the floor. Inhale up the left. And place those left fingertips to the top of the right thigh, or just reaching towards there. Inhale up. Hand to the floor. Let's open all the way out to the right again. And exhale down. Left side, inhale, open up. And exhale all the way through. Brings the right arm up. On the top of the left thigh and hold. Inhale up, hand to the floor, open all the way out to the left again, inhale, and exhale down. Good work. So just come up onto the knees, just draw or interlace your fingers, draw the elbows together and just move the wrists around in one direction. And back in the opposite direction. And back to centre. Bring the hands to the lower back. We're just going to do a very gentle camel variation here. I just want you to inhale, feel like you're lengthening through the front of the body. Open the chest and bring those shoulders back. You should just feel that gentle opening of the chest area there. Breathing through it. And releasing back down to table position. I want you to inhale and draw the chest forward. Exhale, round the back. Two more like that. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Bring the sit bones back to the heels, lengthen out a little. And let's do some rolls here. Lift up to downward dog. Nice bend in the legs. Let's raise the heels. Drop the knees back down. Sit bones back to heels. Breathing in up. Exhale. Down. Sit bones to heels. Raise up. Onto the toes. And down. One more time. We'll hold up and downward dog. And we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet and hang there for a moment. Just take the hands around the elbows. Just allow a nice bend in the legs to protect the back. And let's inhale all the way up. And exhale back to standing. And let's move up to the front of the mat. Let's breathe in. And out. Half lift. And release. Step your right leg back. Bring the hands up, interlace behind the body, breathe in. Open the chest. Don't come too low into your lunge. Keep that nice and contained, but really feel that chest opening. Draw the shoulder blades down. And release, inhale. And exhale, straighten through that right leg. Let's come back. And we'll come back to plank position. Let's come all the way to the floor. And bring the arms back beside the body. As we inhale, raise up, raise the legs, raise the chest. Feel that chest pushing forward. Release down. We're going to make our way back. Just hold here for a moment, sit bones to heels. Downward dog. Come back down to plank position, make your way through your flow, however it suits you. Raise your right leg, three-legged dog. Bring the knee to the right elbow. Inhale up. Knee to left. Inhale up. And step all the way forward. Left leg. Inhale up. Exhale down. Half lift. And release. Step your left leg back. Drop the knee. Bring the hands behind. Once again, opening up that chest. Dropping the shoulders and holding there. Release and come back to plank position. Lower all the way to the floor. And shimmy back a bit. Bring the hands out, fingertips on the floor. We're going to do 3 cobra rolls. Let's breathe in, chin to chest, raise up, just to the height that suits you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And hold. And lower down. As we come back to wide-legged child's pose. Make your way back to downward dog. Raise your left leg. Bring the knee to the left elbow. Inhale. Knee to right. Inhale. And step all the way forward. Right leg. Inhale all the way up. Bring the hands to the hips. And we'll do 3 forward bend rolls here. So I want you to inhale, open the chest, and exhale, bend the legs and fold down. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, and exhale down. Inhale. Top of the mat, inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Step your right leg back. As we come back to plank position, and we're going to come into side plank. You can always just drop the knee if you wish. If you want the challenge, you can take that right foot back onto the toes, and we'll lift this right arm up as we stretch through the front of the body and hold. Oh, let's come back. Other side. Step onto the left toes. You can drop down a bit and then lift up. Feel the stretch through the front of the body. And back to plank position. Move through your flow. All the way down, whatever you choose. Hold your downward dog. Up onto the toes, drop the knees. Let's just hold a dolphin pose. Come into your junie arms. Bring the hands out in front. Lift the knees, push the chest back towards the legs. Draw up the knees as we come back to classic child's pose. And make your way up to downward dog. And raise the right leg up. Three-legged dog. We're going to step all the way through and come up to a high lunge. And come to eagle arms. So when we do eagle arms, I'm just turning to face you. Upper arm parallel to the floor. Fingers nice and spread. And you want to feel that chest opening and the shoulder blades drawing together. Make your way to warrior two. Knees stacked over ankle. Let's find reverse, reach forward and up and back. Let's bend this upper arm, bring the other hand to the elbow and gently draw the elbow back so you feel that extension through the side body. Back to warrior two. Into easy side angle. This is where you're going to need your blocks if you want to come into half moon pose. So position the blocks either side of your mat here. Have them about 30 centimetres or so in front of your foot. Easy side angle first. Opening that left chest or that upper chest towards the ceiling. Bring that hand back to the hip, look down to your blocks, let the step forward into half moon. Now this works in the chest by really having those shoulder blades stacked over one another. So you imagine that you're leaning on a wall behind you and the shoulder blades are even. A little sugar cane if you like. Release. Hand to hip, step back to your warrior two. Hands to hips, straighten the leg, turn both feet out, about 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we're going to move into a goddess pose sequence that I really like. It's got a bit of Tai Chi to it. So coming down into your squat, knees tracking over the second toes. Okay. So from here, bring the forearms together, make fists, inhale up. As we exhale down, you bring your right hand in front, index and thumb like this, and we're going to draw our bow. Inhale. Left in front, index and thumb, and draw that bow. Inhale. Right side. Inhale. Left side. Coming up. And now we release and we come back to our lunge. And we come back to plank position. And we move through our flow, whichever way you like. Raise your left leg. Step forward. Find your high lunge. And find your goddess arms. Warrior two. Reverse. Grab that elbow and draw it back. Don't let the body come forward. Just feel that stretch through the side body. And back to warrior two, through to easy side angle. In preparation for half moon pose, so have your block in place. Hand back to the hip. Down to your block and step forward. Just going to move back a little bit. If you want to move into sugarcane, feel free, or just stay where you are. Release. Hand back to hip and step back. To warrior two. Well done. Hands to hips. And step yourself forward. As we prepare for tree pose with goddess arms. So feet hip width apart. We're going to move our weight to the left first and bring the right leg up. Find your position. Steady gaze, hands in prayer to start. If you want, you can just release out of this pose if you want to challenge. Hands into prayer. I'm just going to turn onto my side. I'm going to move back to flying warrior. If you want to bring your hands out in front, feel free. Inhale up. And exhale. Ready for the other side. Shift your weight. Raise the left leg up. Oh, can't get my balance on this side. Goddess arms. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Give your legs a bit of a shake. And come back up to the front of your mat. Alright. That's inhale. And exhale down. Half lift. And release. Step back just into table position. We'll come up onto the knees. So we're going to move into camel pose. You're welcome to just do a half version or full version with me. Half version, just like we did at the start of class, hands on the lower back, and just a gentle opening of the chest. Either version, we need the hips to stay stacked over the knees. So let's inhale, lengthen through the front of the body. And exhale back in, have the toes tucked or flat. And release and come through all the way to child's pose. Coming back up to sit on the heels. So we're going to come into either rabbit pose now, or for those of you experienced headstanders in my class, you feel free to come into headstand now. It's a great pose for the heart, which we're working on today. Otherwise, follow me into rabbit pose. So tuck the toes We'll start with the hands behind the back, breathing in. Exhale, sit bones come back, just bring the hairline to the floor, and over onto the crown. And if this still doesn't suit you, you can bring the hands down the side of the body as well. Let's all come back to child's pose. Let's come forward, either cross the ankles or knees to one side, and we're coming into a standard forward fold, walking forward. And no, this isn't a chest opener, but we need to balance the class with closing off all those chest openers as well. Let's breathe in and find some length. And exhale. Feel free to have a bend in the legs. Every time you breathe in, try and find some length through the spine. Don't worry about how far you're coming down, just all about your alignment. Let's release. Nice counter pose now is our upward table. So hands behind the hips and out to the sides, fingers nice and spread. Now generally if we have fingers pointing forward, I like to have mine a little bit out. It's just better on my shoulder rotation, but you just play around with what feels right for you. Bend the legs, feet hip width apart. We're going to inhale up. And you can either hold that and just come up and down with us, like dropping the sit bones back and coming up again, or come all the way through, lifting the hips up off the floor. And let's do that a few more times. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, breathe out. And in, and out. And in, and we'll hold this last one. Back, and we'll hold this last one. Release down, well done. Alright, so I want you to have your blocks handy, or whatever you're using for blocks. I'm just going to come down, lower ourselves down to the floor. Just draw the knees up to the chest, give yourself a little hug and rock the back from side to side. Back to centre, moving the happy baby pose. Let's release. So just rolling onto your side, placing your blocks in position just like we did at the start of class. Okay, if you haven't got blocks, like a pillow or something will do something, you can just use to the middle of your back to just open that chest out a little. When you come down into the forearms, make sure that that block's lined up about halfway up the back, so when you do come back, it's the upper chest that's opening. Position that top block so that the head's resting comfortably, arms out to the sides. And breathing into that chest area. Chest expanding as we breathe in. Condensing as we breathe out. Just holding it there. going to guide you downstream now as if you were lying on a raft. Completely letting go, just for now. Letting go of thinking mind, letting go of physical body. Continue to let go of any places that you feel in tension. Let the mind rest in the heart as if it's resting in a hammock. Letting go of time. And just releasing your weight into the pose. And just know that this is a healing posture where you can completely rest within yourself to restore your essence. Be aware of that openness through the heart center, giving yourself room for the heart and lungs to expand. As we maintain this mindful awareness, let's take a moment to reflect on gratitude and see if you can bring to mind something or someone that you're truly grateful for. And as you hold this person or something in your mind's eye, just bring a smile to the face and give sincere thanks. Bringing your awareness back to the breath again. Just slowly bring yourself out of this pose. So if you've got the knees wide, drawing them together first. You might like to roll onto your side, wedge yourself up. Making your way back to a sitting position. So whether you're sitting on your heels or your knees, let's just do a couple of rolls with the spine here, breathing in, open the chest. And exhale, round that back, chin to chest. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. And exhale. Coming back to center. Ready for a mantra on, so feel free to join us or just to listen in. Thumbs to the heart center. Let's breathe in. Thumbs to the eyebrow center and repeat after me. Namaste. Thanks everyone, and I hope to see you next week.